In this video, you're going to learn the top 5 habits of successful people. Coming up. All right, guys, top 5 habits of successful people. Let's dive in. Number 1, humility. I cannot tell you how many people I come across that are broke and not successful that seem to have this arrogance about them. They're know-it-alls. You cannot tell them anything. Yet when I was coming into a place where I started surrounding myself with more successful people, I noticed a trend, and that is a certain sense of humility. Successful people are always asking questions, are always approaching a situation when it comes from the mindset of what can I learn? When I was not successful, I actually felt I was arrogant, I was stubborn, I was a know-it-all, and I resented people that were successful. And I realized looking back that that was a big mistake. Be humble. No matter who you are around, there's something you can learn from everyone. Now, habit number 2, hanging around with people, surrounding yourself with people more successful than you are. Now, this is such a blockage for people. It's such a blockade for people. This feeling of inferiority, the feeling of discomfort of surrounding yourself with people more successful than you are. I've been in a place where I felt intimidated and I resented people for their success, and I said, oh, they're just lucky. And really we do that out of a place of inferiority and discomfort of the thought, because let's face it, it's uncomfortable, it can be intimidating. But this is so key to your success. This, I can tell you, has been so important in my success. When I did not do this, I was stuck. I wasn't moving forward. And it wasn't until I made this a priority in my life and I got over that insecurity, that discomfort, and made this a regular practice, my success went like this. This is crucial, guys. Surround yourself with people more successful than you are. Make it a practice. Make it a challenge of yours to get in the presence of these people. It rubs off on you by virtue of osmosis or whatever it is. It rubs off on you. I'm living proof of that. Habit number 3, focus. We're so distracted in this day and age on both the macro and the micro level. When it comes to how you're allocating your time and spending your days, have you really cut out the clutter in your life? Are you doing a million things? You have a million different obligations. You have to get clear on what your objectives are and what your goals are if you want to be successful. And you have to be disciplined on cutting out the stuff that doesn't serve you, whether it's negative people, whether it's obligations you have that just aren't serving you or adding value to your life. That is macro focus. And in addition to that, there is micro focus. With all the notifications, all the social media, all the apps, all the stuff battling for our attention, we are more distracted than ever, and it is crucial that you have the discipline to focus in on a specific task to get something done. Don't leave tabs open on your browser. Don't leave your phone beside you if you have to dive deep into a certain task. Don't be checking your social media every 10 minutes. That is killing your focus, it's killing your productivity, and that's going to hold you back from being successful. So habit number 3, guys, focus. Success habit number 4, playing to your strengths. In this individualistic society we live in nowadays, we're brought up to believe that we can succeed at whatever we set our minds to. And I think that's one of the most erroneous pieces of advice we can give anyone trying to figure out what they want to do with their lives. We all have very specific strengths. We're all wired a certain way through upbringing, through genetics even, what have you. And we have very specific strengths, which is really 2 or 3 things in my mind. And the rest of the stuff is stuff you should not be focused on. If you're going to be successful, you have to play to your strengths and focus on mastering your strengths. You cannot compete on weakness. Gary Vee says this. I'm a huge believer in it. I, at a certain age, was trying to do a million things. I wanted to do something that wasn't playing to my strengths, and I just spun my wheels. I wasn't getting anywhere. If you don't know what your strengths are, you really just need to ask yourself a couple questions. What have strangers complimented you on in your life through your experiences? That is a clue. That is a huge clue as to what might come naturally to you. I also find what comes naturally to a lot of people, they write off as being something that everyone's good at or comes natural to everyone, but that is not the case. That is not the case at all. As I said, we're all wired very differently. And if you still are having trouble figuring out what your strengths are, you just need to try more things and have more experiences, especially young people out there. I know there's a lot of pressure on people coming out of school, needing to have their lives figured out, needing to know exactly what their path is to success. And you need to get out there and get experiences, try new things, get a taste of different things before you can begin to determine what you naturally gravitate towards, what naturally activates your strengths and your innate abilities. But this is key, guys. You've got to figure out what your strengths are and then focus on mastering those. That is habit number 4. All right, guys, success habit number 5, mental toughness. Some people call it mental toughness, some people call it discipline. Bottom line is, it's acting when you don't feel like it. It's pushing through when you face an obstacle. Because even like in habit number 4, even when you find out what your strengths are, a lot of people think, oh, if I just find my strengths or find my purpose, success is just going to be this open path. It's just going to be this easy path. And that is completely, completely wrong. You're always going to face obstacles, no matter if you're living your purpose, no matter if you're living your strengths and putting your strengths to use. If you want to be successful, there's obstacles along the way. You're not going to feel like getting up on certain days. And you need to have the mental toughness to push through. All right, guys, so those were the top 5 habits of successful people. Is there a success habit that you live by that wasn't mentioned here? Please leave it in the comments below. Please like the video, please share it with your friends, and remember to subscribe. I'm putting new videos out like this on a weekly basis, on more than a weekly basis, and we'll talk to you soon, guys. I look at like doing these videos as like just like a professional athlete. You have to have a warm-up, you have to kind of get the engine started. But yeah, that was good. I want to just do a full team.